Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017, and welcome back to Northstone Farm. So, as you can see, one last tractor. We got a John Deere 7810, and I did put the smaller wheels on. Oh, there's the rain we've been waiting for. Fantastic. I did put the smaller wheels on all of our tractors. They were, well, I'll say this. As I was looking around at the map, as I was sort of exploring a little bit, I realized even the tractors that we got, I mean, to me, they're not tiny. They're not small tractors, but they're not big. I wouldn't call them big tractors. 7 Series, 6 Series. But for this map, as I was looking around, I realized probably more like maybe is it the Massey pack or the case pack? There are a couple classic packs, right? Old time equipment. And I think in hindsight that may have been a better fit for the map than 6 Series and 7 Series. We'll go with them. But I think it's important that we have the smaller tires rather than the big tires. I typically prefer big tires. I like the flotation, and I like the look, frankly. But coming down that little farm lane where our farm is, I realized, I just kept bumping the hedgerows and the fence posts. So it's a very tight map, and that's a good thing. I'm pleased with that. And it's weird because you think, something like Oakfield is a small, tight map. And then you get on this and you think, oh, no, this is a tight map. So we need to explore our farm a little bit, and I think Field 10 that we couldn't find in Episode 1, I think Field 10 is access through the farm. So I think we need to actually go to the farm. And we're going to be putting some equipment away soon because it's going on 2 in the afternoon, going on 1400, and I do like to, if this is all one day, like we've got our 6 Series parked with a potato planter. Well, that's fine. It can stay there for the afternoon. Come on. It can stay there for the afternoon, but we wouldn't leave it out all night. So we will need to put some equipment away at some point, and I literally have not been to the farm yet. So we've got this little broadcast spreader on here, and I thought we would drive to the farm, spread fields 10, and at the first episode I said we own field 10 and field 17. We own a third field as well, and I just didn't see it. My mistake. So let's pull in here. And I'm guessing we're going, moment. Can we get through here? We can. It's a little bit narrow. This is a tight farm. Bigger entrance here. Fantastic. So, open that up. Make things easier in the future. And this is where we buy our dairy cows. Perfect. And this is pasture. So over here is how we get to field 10. No. Yes. That's how we get to field 10, which is a grass field. Aha. And how we get to field 21, which is not. Perfect. Well, I'm going to run the broadcast spread over both of them. Depending on so that is an auger. That is where we tip. Is there a light switch? Right, light switch, okay. This is going to be, I think, where we dump some potatoes. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so that'll be for vehicles. And somewhere around here we'll find a place to dump our potatoes. That's a dairy barn right there. Okay. Put some equipment in here. Chickens over here. Are those eggs? So they are. I have to say I'm not really a fan of the eggs. Right. Okay. So, can we fit through here? Let's find out. Yeah, I think we can fit through. Ah. That looks like liquid fertilizer, which would make this dry fertilizer here, seed here, maybe. Okay. Yep, I think I went just a little bit too big with the equipment on this farm. Not the end of the world. But I do think I'm going to be running into some things a lot. Like that. Although, I have to say, that may be less the size of the tractor and me just running into something. As you do. Right. Can we fit through here? Fantastic. And then down here we go. All right. And I don't know if we own any other structures anywhere else on the map. Okay. No. Our cover came off, so I'm guessing that means we drove past dry fertilizer at some point, so I guess we can fill up on the farm somewhere. I'm going to turn lights on just so I can see what I've spread. This is a decent sized field. It's not gigantic, but it'll do. When we picked up at the store, you may have seen I got a sunflower, corn, and what else does it seed? Soybeans, maybe? But I got a drill. Looking at it and knowing the farmland's already on this map, I think we're going to need to get a little trailer to put that on if we want to move it around. I don't think it's going to work. It's just too wide. And it's folded up, but it's got some arms that poke out to the sides, and I can see it's going to be too big. So if we want to use that, we're going to have to get a little trailer to put it on. And I don't know why, because there's no logical reason why we would do it. But I'm really thinking about getting a farm truck, getting a lorry. Not an articulated, just a rigid farm truck. It doesn't belong on this farm. It doesn't make any sense. It's too big, volume-wise, but I'm thinking of how tight this map is and trying to drive a decent-sized tipper trailer around. I don't know if it would be much different as far as how often we would be backing up and trying to get around things and snagging on things. If that makes sense. I think, yeah, we'll have to see, but I don't know. Plus, well, it's not quite the opposite. I've done that on other maps, but this is our map where we're just kind of doing a lot of things differently. So, let's think about it. And when I say let's think about it, I mean, I'll probably just do it kind of spontaneously. The problem with that is, for one thing, they're horribly expensive. So we would probably be a couple £100,000 we would have to put into that. Wow, This thing needs a bigger weight on the front. Off topic just for a second, if you did notice, all three of our tractors are, pardon me, all three of our tractors are MR. So if you see some sliding and some slow acceleration, they are all more realistic. They all have the script added. So if we get a truck, it's going to tie up a couple 100,000 pounds, and all it can be used for really is hauling bulk goods, right? We could get a hook lift and use that for both hauling goods, and we put the flatbed on it and use it for pallet goods. I don't know. I'm on the fence. But we'll take a look. At the end of the episode, we'll take a look and see. I know my overlap is not pretty. If you're OCD, my overlap is driving you crazy. Where's he going? What's he doing? Sometimes even I don't know. Right, so I'm going to get this field spread. We will probably be just about empty by then, so I'll drive back and refill this hopper, and then I'm going to park up this 7810, run over to the store and get the 7R that's over there with that Coulter plow on it, bring it back, and get started on this field, turning this field under, turning in this fertilizer that we're spreading right now, and getting it ready for our potato planter. Now, in the meantime, we also want to buy at least one, maybe two other fields. And the reason being, we do need straw. We're going to need straw for our pigs. We can buy it, and in a way buying it would make the most sense, because we're going to spend tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of pounds on fields and equipment to bring in a wheat crop just so we can get the straw, when we could buy 8 straw bales for 5,000 pounds. So economically it doesn't make a lot of sense, but neither does playing Farm Simulator. Doesn't make any sense at all. It's not a real farm. What are you doing? So, since it doesn't make any sense anyway, let's just go with it. So we'll get some wheat going, and at that point, then we're going to need to start thinking about, if we just did potatoes, we would just need potato harvesting equipment. If we get cereal crops in, then we need to start thinking about what we're going to harvest them with. I've got some very small John Deere combine harvesters, but I don't know if they're small enough. And I know it's the smallest base game combine harvester. The Soundflow Rosenlu, is that it? Most likely pronouncing it wrong, but you know the one. It's the base game, all the way on the left, tiniest one they make. I feel like the size of the fields on the map probably warrant something a little bigger than that, but the size of the lanes does not. So as much as I might want a bigger harvester, I think we might go with something that small. If I've got a John Deere that small, let's do it. If I don't, we may have to go with the Soundflow Rosenlu, which is not a big deal. Not the end of the world. But we'll see. It's spring. We're just putting in crops. We don't need to worry about that quite yet. I have John Deere butterfly mowers. I also have a trailed John Deere mower conditioner. And again, that's one of those things that the butterfly mowers really, you cover so much ground so fast with butterfly mowers. But I don't know if they're appropriate to a map this small, and I also don't know if we would be able to really get them around. They're pretty big. So we'll think about that when we have some grass to mow as well. think we got one little bit up here. We'll get this parked. Well, we'll get it refilled, and we'll get it parked. And we'll run over to the store. Should we run? Should we tab? Well, we've only got 3 vehicles. I think the most we're going to have is 4 or 5. Run or tab? What do you think? You know what? We're not teleporting or tabbing on our other map, so I think it's okay if we do it on this one. Since we're doing everything differently, I think we'll be okay. And I am staying third person because I want to see where the trigger is for the fertilizer. I want to see when the cover comes off. I think it's that little cubby that we drove past. I can't see that it would be anywhere else, but let's find out. So is it down here? All right. Right on the end. Okay. So that's liquid and pellet on the end. Good to know. And I think we'll go, I had 1,000 in here on the way up. I think we're going to go 1,000 again because the front was getting, even at 1,000, the front was getting a little bit light. So let's keep it at 1,000 and not pop wheelies everywhere. So right now, like that right there. Right, and we're going to tab to the 7R. So this is the drill that I got, and you can see it's folded right now, but it still has these arms poking out. So the trailer that I would get for it would be one of these right here. They're perfect for that. They sit low enough that you can actually get equipment onto them, something like the Herbst or the Chieftain. They're fantastic, but you can't get an implement over them. They tend to, I guess, snag. You can't, it's like you can't lift the implement high enough to get it on there. Right, do we want to grab anything else while we're down here? I don't think we do. Here we go. And I think I'm going to go about 30 to 40 minutes today. And then we'll call it an episode. I'm not feeling too well. I've been feeling like I'm getting a bit of a head cold, which I'm not too happy about. I'm fortunate. I have really good health. I only get sick seriously every couple of years, and it's not for very long, but it tends to be, for lack of a better word, it tends to be fairly intense. Like I don't get sick for very long, but I get sick, pretty sick for a couple days, if that makes sense. All right, making our turn, and we'll get this guy started. I'll do a headland myself, just to see if it's counting as cultivation or plowing, and really it's okay either way. I typically plow every field to get the 10% buff, but I don't need to on this map. I'm not going to worry about it. But I think that, and I mentioned this last episode, first episode, but I think this Sapphire that I have on here right now is it's similar to in the Coon Pack, there's a subsoiler that is listed as a cultivator, but it actually functions as a plow, even though the texture it leaves is the cultivated texture. Pretty sure that made sense. It may not have, but we'll do a little bit in the field up here and see if we are cultivating or plowing. Either one is okay. Would prefer the plow. Moment. Okay, that's slurry. I haven't seen where to get water yet, and that's one of the reasons that I took those IBC containers out to the pigs, the IBC water containers. I don't know where the water spigot is, or whether we need to get it from a creek, or how that works. Right. So, cruise control set. Let's see what we got here. Well, this is going to be tricky, because it looks like this field is already... looks like this field is already cultivated, so it's going to be tricky to spot the texture there. Okay, so we'll go once around. We'll go once around, and then we'll take a look at the map and see if this is showing up as cultivated, plowed, both, neither. On the map, it's saying that field 7 is a grass field. On the mini-map there, it's saying field 7 is a grass field, so I think between field 10, which is a grass field, and field 7, if it is a grass field, if I buy 7, I think that's going to take care of our grass needs for the near future. And that will also, I hope, take care of that "you don't own this field" message. So finish our headland here. Take a look, see if we made any progress, and then we'll put a worker on here on course play, and then we'll do a little running around. And we're coming up on 25 minutes. Perfect timing. It's actually a decent sized field for a 3 meter, 4 meter cultivator, subsoiler. Find out in a minute. So 3 tractors, I think that's going to do it, and maybe a farm truck. Maybe a telehandler. I think a skid steer would make more sense, but there are a couple telehandlers that I have in my mod folder that are Nokian tires, dynamic hoses, and you can use them to haul small trailers. So, say a small flatbed, you could load up a small flatbed with supplies for the pigs and take it out there with a telehandler. I don't think that would be, it would have to be a small trailer, but I don't think that would be unreasonable for a telehandler to take a small trailer that distance. Right. Let's see if we did any good. We are field 10. So the whole field is fertilized. I'm going to cut a stripe across the middle because I can't see that far out to the side whether or not we did any good. After the rain stopped, you can see the texture a lot better. So if we do need to do this manually, right. No, not a plow. All right, disappointing, not the end of the world. So field 21. Set the brakes so our tractor doesn't drift away. Field work. Field work. Field 21. 3 meters. Alright. Automatic. I'm going to say 3 headlands. Here's our start point. Wow, it's going to take a minute. Okay. We've got a minute. So we're cultivating, not plowing. We're not going to get our 10% buff, but that's okay. Right, set some speeds here. Okay, so moment, there it goes. Let's go over here and see about buying field 7 and field 8. And I believe we'll get up there this way. I don't know how expensive fields are on this map. Haven't done any running around at all. Right. So this looks like field 7. Get it? Ooh. They are expensive. Well, it takes money to make money. And how about this one? 77,000. All right. Now, when we look here, what do we own now? So it would just be 33 and 11, and we would own this entire block. Do we want to do these out here, or do we want to do these on the other side? Let's go over here and check these out. Small, but very affordable. Let's do these little ones. Where's our money at? Oi! 900,000. One more grass field. Do we need another grass field? I don't think we do. I don't feel like we do. And we don't have any sheep. We don't have any cows yet. Let's hold off on that. And what's the other one that we looked at? 11. 11? 11. Field 11. That's going to be expensive. Not really. Done. So we own that whole block now. Is that correct? Everything but this grass field. 33 and 34. Is that right? This is 33. This is 32. This is 33. So, okay, so this is the only one we don't own, and 4. I guess we could do 4. That's tiny, right? Take a look. Yep. Done. That's all the fields we're going to buy. And that means we can go fertilize our grass. And then I think we'll call it an episode. We'll find out when we get up here if this is crop grass or meadow grass. Could be either. It is crop grass. Fantastic. So I think, based on how far this fertilizer went for our other field that we just did, I think 10 may be just about, field 10 may be just about all that I have in the hopper. If that's the case, then I will head back and we'll call it an episode when this is empty. It's also getting to be, let's see, I don't want to, oh, I don't know now. I was going to put potatoes in this field right here. It's a lot of potatoes. And we have some other fields now. Might go sunflowers in there, but we'll see. Don't have to decide right now. But we'll see. Now I do have, down at the store, I also got a 6-meter sapphire cultivator because I thought what was on there was a culti-plow, and it's not. So I think when the 7 is done cultivating that field, I think what I'll do is go ahead and sell that culti-plow since it's only 3 meters, and we will use the 6-meter in its place, get a lot more done. And I'll also get the, I know it sounds like I pause a lot when I talk, but I'm concentrating, trying to concentrate. We'll also get the seed drill that we have down at the store. We'll get that onto a flatbed and get it at the very least brought out to the farm, so it's not tying up space down at the implement dealer. And we'll start thinking about, well, we'll need one more. We'll need one more drill to put in cereal crops. And then I guess this fall, maybe we rent. I don't know. On a map this small, I don't know if we would own a combine harvester our first season. Maybe we rent. We've got a few days to think about it. We got time. But I know that the 3-meter culti-plow is going to take forever to get that field done. So that'll be the last time we use that. So we'll have grass growing. I guess we're going to put it in for silage. I can't think of what else we would need to do with it this season. We don't have any sheep. We don't have any cows. So we'll put it in for silage. And we'll do that probably the same way we're doing it on Upton with the trailed forager. Although, well, that's a two-step process and it requires more equipment because I don't like sharing a tipper for silage and crops. So the other way we could do it is just with a loading wagon. And I do have the Mengele with the silage additive, so it's not quite as hokey as picking up grass with just a regular loading wagon and taking it to the clamp. That's always seemed like not cheating, but you know, it's not, maybe not the most authentic way to do it. But we do have the loading wagons that are more specifically for silage. So we could use one of those. They're definitely cheaper, and it's a one-step process. You know, instead of hauling two pieces of equipment, gathering up a load, and then disconnecting one, and I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is an extra step. So maybe we just do that. And we don't have that much. I mean, as of right now, we got what, 2 grass fields? 3? Right. Where are we at? 37 minutes. Let's park this up. See how our 7R is doing. Yeah, this is going to take a lifetime. Look at this. Oh, that is mental. Right on. Let's call it 37 minutes. Yeah, that's a perfect round number. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017 on Northstone Farm. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.